live everywhere, right? Anywhere that you could go online, any type of social media, we are there. We are live. We are broadcasting here at the Unlimited Freedom Network. Okay, because that's just how we do it. Okay, that's just how we do it. We go live Friday nights, 6 p.m. Central Time. Right now, we go live on Sunday nights, 6 p.m. Central Time, and we also go live on Wednesday nights, 6 p.m. Central Time. What we talk about, man, money, muscle, mind, game, frame, all of it. We're Orange Pill over here at the Unlimited Freedom Network. We are giving you the sauce, okay? And tonight, I'm going to be getting into a few different things and just want to make sure that everything is set up and all systems are go here. Bear with me one second. We're going to be talking about tonight, we're going to be talking about dividends. Okay, we're going to be talking about the stock market. Okay, we're going to be talking about the markets. We're going to be talking about SPY. We're going to be talking some good stuff tonight, guys. So strap in because we're going to have some good stuff going on at the Unlimited Freedom Network. Okay, so I'm calling this one the Dividend Blueprint. Okay, I'm calling this one the Dividend Blueprint. Okay, because I'm going to talk about a scenario, right, where we take a 20-year-old, a young 20-year-old just starting out and completely give them a blueprint to be able to basically retire before they even turn 40. Okay, so a young retirement starting from 20 years old, right? You can start sooner, you can start later. It doesn't matter. The same principles apply from wherever you start from, right? So that's gonna be cool, right? That's gonna be cool. Okay, I got my screen share going. This is Investing 101. We're going to get into that, and as I do get some chats coming through, I'm going to say what's up to everybody when your chats come through, okay? So, hey, drop me a comment. Let me know where you're tuning in from. Let me know who you are here at the Unlimited Freedom Network. I would love to hear from you because we are live, right? So you can drop a comment. You can change the direction of the conversation. If you got a question or anything like that, or just want to stop by and say hi, just let me know. Also, if you're watching this on the replay, guys, go ahead and let me know, right? I'd love to see you guys on the replay. I love to read your comments in the comments section. So just come on through and do that, okay? So welcome to everybody who's tuned into the Unlimited Freedom Network. Remember, guys, everybody who comes through to the Unlimited Freedom Network makes money. All right, everybody who comes to the Unlimited Freedom Network makes money, guys, okay? And that's just the bottom line. That's just the truth of it. Okay, everybody who comes to the Unlimited Freedom Network makes money. Okay, now I want to give you a couple of, before we get into the Investing 101 screen that I have here, the Investing 101 notes that I wrote down so I can keep myself on track. And then also, you see the notes there. You can see the plan. You can read along with it. I want to talk a little, give you a little bit of game, okay? And that game that I want to give you has to do with the way that you see yourself and its relationship to your success. Okay, so the way that you view yourself, right, who you are in relation to success. So a lot of people think that success is measured by, money or fame, right? Fortune, fame, treasure, maybe a good position, some sort of good position in life. That person is successful, right? That's what they say. That person is successful. But real success, it starts within you, okay? And it starts within me. So you cannot become successful on the outside. And hear me when I'm saying this, guys, because this is some real sauce that you can use and apply. And if you do apply it, you're going to thank me, okay? You can't be successful in your life until you become a successful person on the inside, okay? As long as you look for something outside yourself, success will always escape you. So before you can be a successful person on the outside, you have to become a successful person on the inside. That means you change the way you think about yourself. You change the way you look at yourself. And instead of looking at yourself how you normally look at it, start looking at yourself as your successful self. So what would my successful self do in this situation? And ask yourself that question for any type of situation, right? What would my successful self wear today? Right? How would my successful self present themselves today? Right? What would my successful self do today? How would my successful self react in this or that situation? Right? And then act it. Once you think about how your successful self would act, then act it out. Do it. Okay? And then you become it. Your behavior, your thoughts, It turns into your character. It turns into the person you become. And suddenly, that success that you had on the inside, that success that you you transitioned into, you transformed, right? You transformed into this successful version of yourself. Now, all of a sudden, on the outside, boom, it starts to match up. Okay? It starts to match up. Listen, guys, we are all self-made, but only the successful will admit it. Okay? We are all self-made, but only the successful will admit it. We end up, we've got a great creative power, right? Where the power of our thoughts, the power of our intentions, the power of our actions, right? The power of our beliefs. We've got great power given to us by God, right? But a lot of times we don't realize the power that we have, and we're using it in the wrong way, or we're not setting a guard over our mind. We're not setting a watch over our thoughts, and we let our thoughts go to dark places, and then those dark thoughts will bring dark, evil results, right? And you don't want that, right? You want the good stuff, right? You want the light, the great results, the fame, the success, right? Whatever it is that you want, right? Personally, fame doesn't do it for me. Okay, some people do want to have a certain amount of notoriety and fame, and I don't hate on them for that, and I don't take that away from them. Okay, that just doesn't do it for me. I'm different, right? A lot of people need some sort of recognition, right? But what does it for me is seeing myself be able to be free, right? Have that unlimited freedom that the channel is named after. Go where I want to go, do what I want to do, say what I want to say, be who I want to be, and no financial roadblocks in the way. No financial roadblocks stopping me. No financial roadblocks stopping my family. No financial roadblocks stopping the generations after me, right? I'm going to be a change agent, a change of my family, right? I'm going to change my family, right? I'm changing the direction and the history of my family, right? Into where they failed in the past, I will be successful, right? And I will set my children up the way that I was not set up, and the way that my forefathers were not necessarily set up. Okay? Giving them the advantages, right, that I didn't have. Okay? And that, to me, that's what does it for me. I could care less about fame, guys. I probably ought to care more about it, but I just don't. Okay? We are all self-made, but only successful will admit it, right? I did this to myself. How did you get in this situation? Oh, he was lucky. Yeah, I am. I'm lucky, right? I'm a lucky guy. I'm a very lucky guy. I'm the luckiest guy you're ever going to meet. And I say that to myself, and I believe that, and I become lucky. What are you saying about yourself? What are you telling yourself? How do you talk to yourself? How do you dialogue with yourself on the inside? What do you see when you look in the mirror? Right? And how do you change that into a new self, a new version of yourself? And when you change, everything changes. Okay? When you change, everything follows. Okay? You don't become in life what you want. You become in life what you are. Okay, you don't become in life what you want. You become in life what you are. Right? Believe you have received it and it shall be yours. You become in life what you are. What you are on the inside is going to show up in your life on the outside. Okay? Your identity. It works as a giant magnetic force on the inside of you, like a rubber band. Anywhere you go, anything you do, any move you make in life, you're always going to get pulled back to that force on the inside of you, which is your identity. So you better make yourself a good identity, because you're going to be in gravitational pull towards the identity that you have within yourself. And if you got a bad identity, you talking bad to yourself, you think bad about yourself. If you've got a bad identity, there's nothing you can do, no matter how hard you try, that's going to change and give you good results. Because you're only going to get out what you put in, right? So change your identity and the outside will follow. I was getting some phone calls here. That's nothing.
For deletion. There are no more messages.
Got to stay on my phone, guys. If stuff comes in, I like to handle it right away. All right, let's get into this scenario, okay? This is a cool scenario. All right, so we got our 20-year-old, right? 20 years old, right? Now, the first goal of the 20-year-old in this scenario is to come up with $25,000, okay? $25,000, okay? So how do you get to the first $25,000, right? And that's the next part. You got to have cash flow, okay? You got to have cash flow. Now, your cash flow can come in many different forms, right? I've been all over the world, and I've met business people in all over the world. I've met business people all over. People who use what they have in life to get what they want. They start a business, and you know, if they're true to their self and they're true to their blessings and they're true to what God has given them, then they become successful in that business. Or, you know, I know people who work a 9-to-5 job, right? And if that is if that's how they're getting their cash flow, that's fine. I just don't believe in staying in a 9-to-5 job forever, right? Unless you really feel like that's your calling. Unless you really believe that you're called to be at that 9-to-5 job. Okay, I'll give you that. I'll let you make that decision, right? Personally, I don't feel called to a 9-to-5 job, right? I feel called more to what I'm doing now, which is operating my business and operating multiple successful businesses, okay? And that's what I'm called to do. Okay. And it's what I'm doing now. It's what I do every day, right? In one form or another. Okay. When I was a young man, like growing up, I never in my wildest dreams would have imagined that I would be the man that I am today, right? I just wouldn't have imagined it. Okay. It just wasn't in my, like, I do things today that weren't even in my repertoire back then. Like, couldn't even begin to think to imagine, right? That's why God is so awesome. Okay, because he does more than we could think or ask or imagine, right? All things work together for the good, guys. For those who love God, called according to his purposes. Romans 8:28. All things, man. All things work together for the good. Imagine that you really believe that within yourself, that everything happening in life, everything happening in the world, everything happening in you, everything happening is for you, for your good. How would that change the way that you relate to yourself and the way that you relate to the world around you? You got to get that first 25,000, man. And to get that first 25,000, you got to have some cash flow, right? You may have a job, you may have a business, right? You may be making a little bit here and there, and you're at the point where you're saving every little penny that you can to build up to that first 25 G's. Okay, saving every penny that you can to build up to that first 25,000. So, don't lose your cash flow. Keep your business, right? Keep whatever you're doing to create that cash flow, because that cash flow is paying your bills. That cash flow is taking care of you. That's putting food on the table. That's handling your business. So this 20-year-old to get to the first 25,000's got a cash flow, right? They got a job, or they're a manager, or they started a business, right? Whatever. What are they good at, right? Start what they're good at, start a business at it. Boom. Get the cash flow coming in. They saved up to 25,000. Boom. Now you take that $25,000 and put it into the SPY, right? Put it into SPY. Let me show you my SPY, man. I don't have that much money in SPY right now, but let me show it to you anyway. It's on my Webull account. I like to keep different accounts for different purposes, right? So I use my Webull account for my ETFs. It's doing nicely because I've got a lot invested into AI, guys. And the cool thing is, even though like the market is sideways or the market is down a little bit, the AI just keeps going up, right? So right now, AI is like it's an investment that is real smart because it just keeps going up right now. AI, guys, it's you should get into AI, right? I'm not a financial advisor, right? But you should get into AI, right? I'm in AI. All right, so let me go to trade. But let's keep on what we were talking about, okay? So this is the SPY here, right? The S&P 500, the SPY. This is the ETF. It's the top 500 companies in the world, okay? You invest in that, right? Take that 25,000, you put it into the SPY, okay? Take that 25,000, put it into the SPY, right? 20 years old. Okay, 20 years old, takes the 25K, puts it in the SPY, and adds $50 weekly contributions and doesn't do anything else. So you keep your cash flow, the 20-year-old, keep the cash flow, keep the profitable business, pay the bills, putting food on the table, right? And took that 25 grand, put it into SPY, and is only making a $50 weekly contribution in the SPY and then not touching it. By the time that 20-year-old turns 36 years old, you've now got $375,000 in that SPY. $375,000, okay? Do the math, guys. Right? Do the back testing, do the math. I did it all before the start of this broadcast because I want to give you guys sauce. I put together stuff that's really going to help you. I put together stuff that's really going to change your life if you put it into practice. Stuff that's going to open up your mind, break through the things that are locked in your mind, unlock doors inside of you to open up to all that you could possibly be and shift and change into that person. That's what we're doing, man. That's what we do here at the Unlimited Freedom Network. Everybody who comes through the Unlimited Freedom Network makes money, right? Everyone. If you're here, you make money just for coming through the Unlimited Freedom Network, okay? That's a promise. So $375,000 at 36 years old. A basic margin in any major broker will let you trade with $750,000. Okay, so your $375,000 stays the same. You don't lose any money, and you put it into a dividend stock, and you begin to make $19,000 a month in addition to your cash flow. That's over $225,000 a year, right? In addition to your cash flow, and if you wanted to, you could stop your cash flow business if you want, and now you could live off of the $225,000 for life. Per year for life on autopilot, and you don't lose your $375,000. You can take that money and reinvest it. You can grow your investment so that you get paid even more dividends, or you can just take that money and live off of it. But whatever you do, you're not going to lose that for the rest of your life. You're going to be able to pass it down to your kids, man, to your family, and to pass them down a $19,000 monthly income from cash flow. If you do just those simple steps, that's not even big. This is something anybody can do. But first you have to believe you can do it, and then you have to start taking the actions. 20 years old. Got the cash flow going, got a job or got a business, got that 25K, put that 25K into SPY, made $50 weekly contributions. By the time they're 36, they got $375,000. A basic margin lets you double that. Your $375,000 stays the same, and you begin to make $19,000 a month in addition to your cash flow in pure dividends. That's over $225,000 per year, passive income, autopilot, done, finished. Anyone can do that. And guys, the S&P, man, that ain't gonna rug pull, right? If you start getting into dividend trading and dividend investing, you're gonna be in companies that are like that go through rigorous regulatory stuff, right? To be there and be legit, right? They're not gonna get cease and desist orders. Because they followed the rules. Okay? They're operating with large amounts of capital, billions and billions of dollars. Okay? They followed the rules. right? They're not operating in some offshore country, right? They're not operating in some country with like easy tax laws or easy corporation laws. And then you start building up, all of a sudden you start getting cease and desist orders, right? Who needs that when you're talking about long-term, right? This is about long-term investing, okay? Hit the like button because nobody else is giving you the same kind of sauce that I'm giving you to you here at the Unlimited Freedom Network. Nobody else is giving you the orange pill, titanium pill, stainless steel pill sauce. You're not getting anywhere else. We're broadcasting live on YouTube, Twitch, Twitter, Rumble, Facebook, TikTok, man. We are everywhere. We are everywhere, man, at the Unlimited Freedom Network. We're live. And appreciate you guys. So let me go ahead and grab some of these chats. And we got Larsky Styles says hello. What's up, Larsky Styles? Welcome to the Unlimited Freedom Network. Good to have you here as always. John Arezzo is here, says hello, everyone. What's up, John? Thank you for dropping in. Always appreciate seeing you in the chat. FM, and John's giving a shout out, not just to me, but to everybody here in the house. FMVM says, hi, everyone. Happy Friday. That's absolutely right. Floribin, what's up, everyone? Lynn Allen FM, hello and good evening. Gemma Measle says, hi. Larry, good evening. What's up, Larry? Max Babel is here. Hello. Del D03H is here. Happy Friday, everyone. Juby is here. What's up? And we've got Roscoe in the house. Let me play the song. Roscoe! Roscoe is in the house. What's up, Roscoe? Flora is here with the wave emojis. Marmetta with the dollar bills, y'all. We got Faith Anning says hi. Ara Bennett Dennis is here. We got Blue Sky is in the place with the thumbs up. Haven't seen you in a while. Great to see you here, Blue Sky. You are always welcome here at the Unlimited Freedom Network. Always appreciate you coming through the chat. And Blue Sky is just one of those investors that's been around from the beginning of the Unlimited Freedom Network, guys. And we started all the way back at the end of 2021. So shout out to you, Blue Sky, holding it down for all these years at the Unlimited Freedom Network. Good to have you here. Floribin says hi, right? Angeli says hi. How are you? What's up, Angeli? Blue Sky in the house with the praying hands, with the heart emojis, and with the large sums of money, right? The large sums of money. And as we all know, and as we all say, large sums of money come to me easily and quickly from multiple sources in the best interest of all that I get to keep, use, give, and spend joyously. That is our mantra here at the Unlimited Freedom Network. Wayne Gray is in the building. What's up, Wayne?
Awesome!
Good to see you, bro. Haven't seen you for a while. Glad you were able to come on. I know that you're a busy guy. You got a lot going on, but I always appreciate you dropping through the Unlimited Freedom Network. Wayne Gray says, bless up. Juby is in the house with the dollar signs. I greatly appreciate everybody tuning in tonight to the Unlimited Freedom Network. So many people on the chat, so many people tuning in, so many eyes watching the broadcast. And it's very important, guys, because we got a lot of great stuff going on. This exercise tonight is to open up your mind and open up your eyes to what is possible. Not only what is possible, what is easy. Okay? Making money is easy, right? Making money is fun, and I love making a lot of it, right? And I give props to my friend in the space, Anthony Deloach, says that. Great guy. Hope you're doing well, buddy. Wherever you are out there, Anthony, I hope you're doing well. I see you got big things going on. Appreciate you as well. Wayne Gray, good to see you. Yes, sir. Yes, sir. Yes, sir. Well, we're still doing our thing here at the Unlimited Freedom Network, okay? What we're always doing is we're trying to put together something that's going to work for everybody, right? It's going to work for me. It's going to work for you. It's going to work for anybody who applies it, right? And if you apply yourself to these principles, whoever's watching, right? You apply yourself to the principle. As long as you look for something outside yourself, the success you want will always escape you. First, you have to become successful inside. We are all self-made, but only the successful will admit it, okay? We are all self-made, but only the successful will admit it. You don't become in life what you want. You become in life what you are. So in order to change your life, you have to change who you are on the inside, right? And how do you do it? You just do it, man. You just make the change, right? You do the programming, do whatever you need to do the NLP, do the sleep meditations, however you got to do it, right? And then you become in life what you are, and then you become successful. because you are a successful person. And the beautiful thing is, once you become successful and you are that successful person, nobody can take it away from you. Once you become a wealthy person, nobody can take that away from you. You are that person. Nobody can take away what you are, okay? And then the investing 101, guys, you got a 20-year-old. Gets a cash flow, starts a business, gets a job, puts aside $25,000, however they do it, just saves it up, right? Rides the bus, does whatever it takes, saves it up, puts it into the SPY, puts a $50 weekly contribution. By the time they're 36 years old, $375,000, basic margin doubles that for you. You can leverage $750,000 and start making $19,000 a month in pure dividends, right? Not losing a penny of that $375,000. That's over $225,000 a year on autopilot. That's beautiful, right? That's beautiful. And that's the type of long-term strategies that are going to save you and they're going to save me when other things fall apart, right? Short-term wealth is like hitting the lottery, guys. Look up what happens when people hit the lottery. A lot of people, they get that initial high from winning that lottery, and then, man, they come down and they come down hard because they didn't know how to handle it. Right here at the Unlimited Freedom Network, we're going to teach you how to make it. And before you even make it, you're going to know how to handle it because you're going to become a vessel that can carry it, right? Why win the lottery when you're not a vessel yet that can carry it? When your vessel is cracked and all that money is going to fall out, all that money is going to leak out because you got cracks, you got holes in the vessel, right? We're going to build up a vessel that can carry large sums of money, right? That's what we're doing here at the Unlimited Freedom Network. So let's talk about that cash flow business. Okay, now one way that I do business, right? One of my businesses is I have a trading business with Top One Trader. Okay, I like Top One Trader because it allows me to leverage other people's money, right, to start making big gains in the market and start taking that money out. I'll show you how it works. I'll show you how this works, guys. Okay? This is one of my businesses right here, man. Top One Trader is one of my businesses. I'm leveraging some serious money with this. Okay? And I get up to 90% on the payouts. Okay? Also, for anybody who's interested in this, if you do join Top One Trader, you can also join my Patreon and become an official member of the Unlimited Freedom Network by joining my Patreon. Link is in the description. When you join, I'm giving you trading sauce at least once a week to basically help you pass your challenge so that you can get funded. And then you can start making real money in the markets and cashing it out, even if you don't have $25,000 to begin with, okay? Blue Sky with a great comment. Peace, health, spiritual, emotional, intellectual, and financial prosperity to everyone who desires it. That's right. Speaking of desire, guys, don't forget the sleep meditation, right? I put out a Bible-based sleep meditation that echoes the words of King David, "For will he not cause to prosper all of my help and my desire?" Tapping into divine help from God and tapping into the fulfillment of all your desires, right? You really need to check it out, right? Let's see if I can find it. Here we go. It's going to be in Unlimited Freedom. It's going to be under videos. Here it is.
All my desire, my health, and my desire. For will he not cause to prosper?
And this you can just listen
For will
to
he
it
not cause to
while
prosper?
you're sleeping and program this into your mind.
All my help and my desire. Will he not cause to prosper?
Check this out. This is the intro.
Welcome to the help. and Prosperity Sleep Meditation. In this meditation, we will be embracing the declaration of the great King David. The declaration is found in 2 Samuel 23, verse 5. For will he not cause to prosper all my help and my desire? When repeating this declaration, we must consider all that it contains. We must consider that God is the creator and maker of all life and all reality. We must consider that he made us to share in the power of creation. Then we must enter into a state of the wish fulfilled. All the help that I need is here.
So it goes on like that, guys. It's really cool. So check it out, right? It'll help reprogram your mind, right? Reprogram your beliefs, reprogram your internal system with some stuff that's going to actually serve you, right? All right, so back to this. Let's look at these challenges, man. They got these Nova challenges out right now. It's only $7. You pay after passing, okay? It's a $7 activation fee. Let me show you this sauce, man. Trade up to 300K for just $7, right? Nova challenge for just $7. No activation fee until you pass, okay? So basically, you prove you can trade and we'll fund you up to $300,000 to trade with, okay? It's real, guys. They've already done over $5 million in payouts, right? This is the CEO of the company, Matt Morris, a good friend of mine and a mentor of mine, okay? I trained under him years ago when I first got into network marketing. I wrote a book with him called The Power of Leadership. He's a good dude. Okay, so you know it's got a good leader. You know that the CEO is a real person and you know who he is and he's a good leader, right? I mean, what more can we want? All right, so let's say you just wanted to get the $25,000 one, right? You could choose the account size $25,000, right? You get funded for $7. Okay, you got to hit a profit target of 5%. Join my Patreon. I'll teach you how to hit the profit target of 5%. Once you hit the profit target of 5%, boom, you pay another $165, and now you get a funded account of $25,000 that you can trade with. So now you can take that $25,000. You got a daily loss limit of 3%, a max trailing drawdown of 5%. You have to have an equity stability score of 20%, and then guess what? You can make up to 100% of your profits. So they're giving you $25,000 that you can sit there and trade with and keep up to 100% of your profits. Hey, Vaughan, what happens if I blow the account? Nothing happens. You have to go buy a new challenge. Okay? Pay another $7, right? Nothing happens if you blow the account. So you can't lose your own money. Like if you were to take your own $25,000 and you don't know what you're doing, you could easily blow it in the markets if you don't know what you're doing. But with this way, hey, you're trading with other people money and you're leveraging other people money. Okay? And then if you do blow the account, the only thing that happens to you is you lose the challenge and then you have to start over. That's it. That's it. Great opportunity. This is a business. They didn't have this business when I was growing up. I mean, if I would have been like, hey, can you get me $300,000 to put in the stock market so I can start a trading business? How you think that would have gone for me, right? How you think that would have went for me? No credit, no nothing, right? Nobody signing off on me. Nobody with a credit score that's going to sign off for me and my family, right? Nothing like that. Nothing. I was zero, below zero. Nobody was going to give me no $300,000. Times have changed. The game has changed. The internet is here. Bitcoin is here. Crypto is here. Top one trader, right? These type of opportunities are here. We don't need to play in low level stuff. Why? Why play in the low level when we can play with the big boys, right? I'm a big boy. Okay, I don't need to play in no low level playground playpen. Okay, I'm grown. I'm a big boy. Let me play with some big boy money. I'm working with $300,000 from Top One Trader. I'll show you my account. I show my accounts at the Unlimited Freedom Network. So my balance right now is 309K, but my equity with this trade that I'm in right now is 312.5. So I'm $12,500 to the good. And whenever I'm ready, I can go ahead and cash out that 12,000. And guess what? I made that 12,000 trading other people money. And you can do that too. And if you want to know how to pass the challenge, I got you. I'm putting the videos in the Patreon to teach you how to do it. Right? So everything that I'm doing here at the Unlimited Freedom Network is so that we all grow, so that all the boats rise, right? I don't want just one or two people getting rich and then other people holding the bag. I'm good on that. I want to see us all succeed. Why not everybody succeed? Why not do it the right way? Okay? Why not? It's all here for us. That's right, Blue Sky, OPM. You down with OPM? Other people money. Big song back in the 80s when I was a kid. You down with OPP? Big rap song, and it was basically a cheating song, so it's about people messing around. But if you're down with OPM, you're down with trading other people money, right? And that's great, man. That's what we got going on here at the Unlimited Freedom Network. So now you don't even have to have a cash flow to start getting that 25,000. You can get funded with 25,000 right now with Top One Trader. Hit your target, start trading, and then you know what? Like for example, this $300,000 that I got in there that I'm trading, guys, guess what? That's my capital. So whatever I make on that, I can take it out. You know how easy it is to make $1,000 in the markets when you have $300,000 that you're leveraging? Do you know how easy it is, guys, to make $1,000 in the markets when you're leveraging $300,000? I mean, we're talking about six-figure income here, guys. Just on that alone, just Top One Trader alone. Let me show you some of these payouts, man. Look at this. These are real payouts. $31,362, $29,260, $15,554, Sebastian, $45,496, Hamaya, $33,576, Carlos. Here's another one with Hamaya, $48,727. How would you like to be Hamaya? That's almost $100,000 right there in just two payouts. Andrei, $31,362. Luciano, $42,314. Matthias just took out $10,086. Let's check out what Matt's got to say.
Challenge in the next few minutes. But listen, if you want challenges, you ever bought a challenge, spent maybe hundreds of dollars, and because of one bad trade, you failed the challenge and lose your money? And then what happens? You pay hundreds more only to fail once again. As a trader, before I started Top One, I failed more than 10 challenges before I finally got funded. So I know how intensely frustrating it can feel to feel like you just keep losing money. As a prop firm CEO, overly transparent, letting you know we are offering this for a very limited time and we may never offer it again. After we close this out at the end of the week, we'll reevaluate to see if we'll allow more traders into the program. So here's how it works. First off, we're going to give you a challenge basically for free. You'll pay a few dollars to cover platform fees. We make zero profits on this. Then you trade, prove yourself, take all the time you need. If you fail, you pay nothing extra. Reset for free. Try again as many times as you want. But when you pass, then you pay your funding and you unlock up to $200,000 in trading capital. Now,
it's actually $300,000 now.
Every other firm gets paid whether you succeed or fail. With this program, we only get paid when you pass. For the first time ever, we're actually on the same side as you. No time limits, creating artificial pressure, and you can trade however you want. Scalping, intraday, swing trading, whatever your strategy is. You'll be able to trade Forex pairs, metals, indices, and even crypto. Plus, our trading conditions are unmatched. You'll be trading with the tightest spreads in the prop firm industry as independently verified by Prop Firm Match. Now, if you've never heard of Top 1 Trader, let me give you the quick version. Since 2023, we've become one of the top 10 largest prop firms in the world. Over 2,000 five-star reviews on Trustpilot, 24/7 live chat and email support with 30-second average response times. Not hours, not days, 30 seconds. We've paid out over $5 million to traders with average payout times under 90 minutes. We have over 50 full-time employees because we are building this for the long term. This is not some fly-by-night operation. We are one of the most trusted names in the industry. Now, here's the critical part you need to understand. This pay after passing program closes at the end of this week. After that, we're pulling it down to evaluate the numbers to see if it makes sense to launch it again in a few months. So right now, you have a choice. Keep doing what you've been doing, paying hundreds of dollars on challenges at firms that profit from your failure, or click the link right now. Join a firm that only makes money when you actually pass. A few dollars to start, unlimited resets, no time pressure, only pay when you pass. Go ahead and click the link, fill out the quick form, and you'll have full access to your challenge in the next few minutes. But listen, if you want access to this, do it now before the doors close on this program at the end of this week. I'll see you inside the community.
Hit the like button. Hit that like button because nobody else is giving you the same kind of sauce that I'm giving to you here at the Unlimited Freedom Network. Nobody else is giving you the kind of orange pill, titanium pill, stainless steel pill sauce that I am giving to you here at the Unlimited Freedom Network. And all I ask is that, guys, hit that like button, hit that subscribe button, ring that notification bell, right? Share the message. Let's continue to grow the community, right? We've seen a lot of ups and downs here at the Unlimited Freedom Network, right? We've been through storms. Hey, we're still here, right? We're still here. Okay? Other people in the space have come and gone, right? Other people have moved on to other things, right? Other people have just left. Some people have disappeared, right? The Unlimited Freedom Network is here. All right? And that says something about this community, right? So shout out to you guys. All right, so Blue Sky says we're living in a time of so much opportunity. That is for sure, right? They didn't have none of this stuff when I was growing up as a kid. But now I am so happy and grateful that I can bring this stuff to you guys here at the Unlimited Freedom Network, because that's who we do it for, man. We do it for you, right? We do it for so that you can grow, right? So that you can see yourself as the healthy, wealthy, successful version of yourself that is there. You just have to begin to see it and then act like it and then become it, right? You start to believe it. You start to act like it. You start to ask yourself, what would a wealthy person do in this situation? I am a wealthy person, right? What would a successful person do in this situation? Would they get mad? I'm a successful person, right? I'm going to respond accordingly, right? Get that cash flow going, guys. Get that investing going, guys. You know, build up your portfolio, get some dividend wealth growth going on, right? And start a business, right? If you're looking to start a business, man, Top 1 Trader is so far it's been one of the most rewarding, great businesses that I've ever been a part of, right? So I'm super happy with it. Links to everything are in the description, guys. Go to the description of the video, right? Click more information. It'll pull up a drop-down menu. All the links are there. My email address is there. You can get my book. Join me on Facebook. Whatever it is that you guys want to do. Reach out to me if you guys need anything, and we'll be back on here Wednesday night, 6 p.m., right? So Wednesday night, 6 p.m. Central Time. I got to give you one more shout out. Blue Sky, red, blue, gold, or titanium. That's right. We got that stainless steel pill here at the Unlimited Freedom Network. We'll see you guys on Wednesday, okay? 6 p.m. Take care.